It's the 40th double-digit win of the season, 118-99. The San Antonio Spurs have the longest active winning streak in the NBA at 11 consecutive games, but they can't gain ground out west for that top spot because the Oklahoma City Thunder, they continue to win as well. The Spurs still 2 games back of first place, despite the fact that they've won 27 of their last 29 games, but just 1 victory away from their 60th of the season. Chris Miles here with you at the Intuit Dome, and it was an impressive game all around for the Spurs. No Victor Wembanyama on the floor, but a balanced attack led by those talented guards, De'Aaron Fox, Steph Castle, and Dylan Harper. Jacob, Sean, those 3 were just absolutely impressive and impeccable.
Yeah, we know when Victor's not out there, Sean, De'Aaron takes it to another level, almost averages 25 a game when Victor's not out there, and the Spurs have done a great job with Victor not in the lineup. They're, now 11-5, but the 3 guards tonight, Harper, Castle, Fox, 61 combined points.
Isn't it funny how there was a lot of speculation or talk, how are you going to play these 3 guys together? It was like a 3-headed snake tonight without Victor Wembanyama out there on the floor. 20, 22, and 19 from those 3 guys. And lots of times I love what Mitch is doing. He has 2 of them on the floor at the same time. So you have 2 ball handlers, 2 creators out there, 2 players on the floor at all times that have the ability to run the offense, really feel the flow of the game. De'Aaron Fox, beautiful steal there. Easy dunk, wants to hang around for a little while. Steph Castle, that was a huge 3-ball there in the fourth quarter to kind of stiff arm the Clippers and keep them at bay. Dylan Harper continues to shoot the 3-ball especially well. And then how about this little icing on the cake? Young fella showing off big time.
22 from De'Aaron, 20 from Steph, 19 from Dylan Harper. And you heard De'Aaron with Chris after the game. They know they can win games, but it's about how they win games down the stretch. Right. They're trying to fine-tune a lot of things as they go into the postseason.
About how you win games. That's the key, because we had 5 or 6 games here over the last 2 weeks that were relatively easy games. I mean, 20-plus win games, blowouts. Even on the road, they were blowouts. And a few of those games, like the Chicago Bulls, for example, I didn't feel like our guys brought the appropriate amount of energy early on, but they were able to turn it on and then play Spurs basketball and end up winning that game going away. So tonight was an effort where our guys were ready to play early, didn't take the game for granted, obviously, because you have a team out there fighting for their playoff positioning. And our guys came out and really played well throughout the ballgame. A little bit of a lull there in the third, but that's about it.
Blazers beat the Pelicans tonight. Clippers lose here, so they flip-flop. Portland in 8th, and the Clippers in 9th. All right, Denver. I know. Yeah. It's a little scary, but it's going to be awesome. We assume that Victor, will play in that game. It's going to be amazing to see Jokic and Victor battle again.
First chance that the Nuggets are going to get with Victor Wembanyama on the floor. So I thought there was a little gamesmanship back a couple weeks ago. If it was a playoff game, I'm sure Victor goes out there and plays in that one. And so
Denver won that game. That was a big win. That kind of changed a little bit of what they were doing.
That was the game where Steph Castle, I thought, for a long time had Jamal Murray in check. Steph Castle, I believe, got in foul trouble there. Jamal Murray saw different defenders and didn't have anybody really stop him. And then he caught fire, and that was a fire that we couldn't put out. He just continued to make shots throughout the end of the third and the fourth quarter. So got to keep him under control the entire ball game. And I'd love to see Victor getting some reps against Jokic. He has to see him just in case you see him down the stretch or late in the playoffs.
Yeah, what a playoff matchup that would be. Chris, we'll send it back to you, and we just want to say from Sean and I and our crew here, thank you so much for being with us this season. This is your final game with us. You've been around a long time in the league.
Skinny fat, no more?
You had to
Come
say
on,
it.
Chris,
Skinny
man.
Fats, we love you, my man. We appreciate you. You've been in this business a while. And, again, thanks for being here, brother. We appreciate it. We've had fun talking hoops, man. We have fun talking hoops at dinner and on the bus and stuff. So we appreciate you.
Yeah, I love you guys right back. Sean, you're a great teammate. Jacoby, you're the best teammate anyone's ever had, my friend. It's been great really getting to know you guys. And, anytime Sean wants to pick up the check, I'm all about that.
Wow.
right.
So am I, though, so it's okay.
That's right.
Hey, been a blast,
He fits
fellas.
right in.
You're officially part of the crew, Chris.
I'll be listening the rest of the season and, of course, go Spurs go in the playoffs as well.
Awesome.
Right.
All right. Well, it's been Go Spurs Go for a long time this season. 11 consecutive wins, matching the longest win streak they've had this year. 59 on the year. Blowout after blowout, and it happened here at the Intuit Dome. Most dunks ever by a Spurs team, 2 on this season. The Spurs shared the wealth in this one. They had 30 assists and 4 different guys with 5 or more assists. Truly a team win. Very impressive without Victor Wembanyama on the floor. 11th consecutive victory, 59th of the season. Head coach Mitch Johnson is at the podium.
What or who would you say kind of solidified or steadied things for you guys in the fourth quarter after the Clippers cut that to 7?
I thought that group that started it as a in collaboration together, I thought they had the momentum a little bit. I feel like the court was tilted, like they were getting downhill. We lost a little bit of our pace. And that happens, and we played with the short rotation tonight a little bit. So, again, the effort output was high. And we were small at times as well, so you're asking guys to rebound and add some physicality. And I thought they just did a really good job of holding the fort in that moment when, it's the bend, don't break deal. And they made some shots, and we missed some shots, and we did a good job of keeping them at bay where it didn't get quite to the level of, striking distance.
And then, Luke starting for Victor, what did you see from him there? How did he boost you tonight?
He was phenomenal. He set great screens. He was had a presence in the paint on both ends, and just a very satisfying effort from a lot of people on our team tonight.
Dylan's 2-point shooting is like off the charts in the second half of the season. What does it take for a young guy to come in the league and just have both the confidence to go score in the trees against NBA players, but then also the challenge of understanding like tempo and cadence and all the little rhythm things that allow you to get a clean look?
Yeah, a lot of it is talent, unfortunately. I don't know if it's necessarily any great play calling or things we're doing, but I do think as the season has gone on, his pattern recognition and understanding of the tempo and cadence and understanding where his spots are, whether that's in our offense in terms of play calls or our principles, or just getting used to the speed, athleticism, length in this league. And you're seeing a young man who's not a rookie anymore in terms of how he's navigating the game. And I think it may be a cliche term, but it feels like the game has slowed down for him.
I think a big thing for him is he plays off 2 feet a lot. Usually young guards, like they tend to be like kind of rushed. Or like, I got to hit that hole as hard as possible, leap in the air early. He seems to have found like a patience of playing off of 2, just kind of moving guys as deep as he can. Then he gets to like the little hook range. So is that something you saw from him early on, and you just feel like he's kind of grown into that more and more?
He definitely had unique movement patterns and balance in terms of the way he handles the ball and goes from changing directions to also elevating off the ground off 1 feet, I think, as well as 2 feet. I think that, again, speaks to some of that unique balance and pattern movement patterns, But I do think that he has done a really good job of understanding when there's crowds, where to pass, when there's crowds, when to stop, pivot, and just getting used to that decision-making in real time with crowds. Where are my offensive, outlets, where to pass to? And that's a tough thing. It's a lot of things happening at once, and it's been a joy to see him grow in that space.
Thoughts on Fox as sort of a steadying influence tonight?
Yeah, I think steadying influence, maybe with the arrow pointed up to a takeover influence at times. I thought he did a hell of a job early in the game, setting a tone, living in the paint. We emphasize pace, and that's part of our identity and brand, but he a lot of times is the fastest car in the race. And so when he does that, whether he's finishing the play, passing to a teammate, or just setting the tone of us and our aggressiveness offensively doesn't always lead to a quick shot. It does quite a bit for us, and I thought tonight he was really sharp in that area, and then obviously all the production came with it.
Mitch, you all have obviously had a pretty good thing going this season, but these last stretch of games, what are the points of emphasis so you feel that the group is fully prepared for the playoffs?
It's the same thing we've been saying since October, just trying to be sharper and trying to add a little bit more detail and grow some things, but it's still game plan execution and transition defense and being connected and all the schemes and coverages we're in and rebounding and changing, defense and transition into offense. And, we've had a good year being us, but it's still our first journey. And so we're not trying to become some exotic version of what we were a couple months ago just because we're having a little bit of success. We want to just continue to be a better version of what we were yesterday.
Well, you heard Mitch Johnson mention it. Rebounding, a big factor in this one. The Spurs plus 10 in that department without Victor Wembanyama on the floor. And props to Devin Vassell, who had a double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds, leading the charge in that category. But he put on his crown. Steph Castle throwing it down. We've seen him in the dunk contest. Spurs again set a franchise record for the most dunks in a single season. But the Spurs, they don't leave the basket open 24/7. No. Kudos again to Victor Wembanyama, earning Defensive Player of the Month for a third consecutive month. Of course, he sat this one out tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers. He'll be back in the lineup on Saturday against the Denver Nuggets. That is the plan. Pre-game, it's 1:30 local against the three-time MVP and the champion, Nikola Jokic. We hope to see Victor Wembanyama and the Joker go head-to-head on Saturday. Coverage starts at 1:30. Game tips at 2 o'clock. So that is a primetime matchup that you get to see a matinee of in the afternoon. The San Antonio Spurs and the Denver Nuggets. Mitch Johnson and company. One victory away from 60 on the season. They lit up the Clippers. They have 6 consecutive wins by double digits. They have 40 wins by double digits on the season. The trio of Dylan Harper, Steph Castle, and De'Aaron Fox combined to score 61 points. Devin Vassell with the double-double, 14 and 10. Thank you for hanging out with us on the FanDuel Sports Network. We'll catch you on Saturday.